Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Thursday, February 10th, and this local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer. Beaver Toyota, here to wow you. The Flagler County Sheriff's Office apprehends an inmate who escaped from state prison.
Sheriff Rick Staley says deputies found the inmate at a Black Hawk Place address while responding to an unrelated incident.
Deputies, using good investigative techniques and technology, apprehended an escapee from the Florida prison system who had escaped from one of their facilities on December 8th. The escapee was located in Flagler County, and she is now being held at the Green Roof Inn, awaiting her transfer back to the state prison system, which I'm sure will now have additional length of sentence because of her escape.
The woman, who is from Palm Coast, was sentenced in Flagler County Court last year to 18 months in jail for selling drugs within 1,000 feet of a school.
I hope she enjoyed her 62 days of freedom, because I suspect she's going to pay dearly.
Before being sentenced to state prison, the woman had 18 arrests over a 30-month period, with 4 of those being drug-related. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Rich Petchke.
Protecting Flagler County's beaches from sea level rise comes at a high price.
A recent study by Olson Associates Coastal Engineering found efforts will cost more than $6 million annually. Chris Creed with the engineering firm says there are ways to offset that cost.
We're looking for ways, like looking for alternative sand sources and things like that, to reduce the number, increase the state cost share, increase the federal cost share. But nonetheless, we need to remember a community project is likely, from a collective group, a good way to proceed. And we're always going to have a local share.
Flagler County Commissioner Greg Hansen says other counties have planned better for this.
Of the 40-some counties that have beachfront on them, we're the only county that really doesn't have a long-term plan. And that's not our fault. We have never needed one. We have been spared the ravages of hurricanes. But unfortunately, starting with Matthew and Irma, now we've been whacked pretty good, and we've lost our dunes.
County engineer Faith Al-Khatib says the county has 6 options, but it must move forward with a plan.
We have been lucky the last 17 years getting that much of funding, $60 million, doing projects on our dunes and beaches. If you listen to the public, to hear them, get their input, and see how to proceed.
The Olson report found significant erosion in all of Flagler Beach and Painters Hill and Marineland. Those areas could be eligible for state funding and perhaps even an extension of the Army Corps of Engineers work that many are hoping happens in Flagler Beach. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
Flagler County Fire Rescue gets a supply of a life-saving overdose antidote.
Flagler County Fire Rescue has an additional 400 doses of Narcan to administer if needed on each rescue truck, thanks to the Florida Department of Health. This is the 5th year Flagler County has received doses of Narcan for each rescue, thanks to a grant from the Helping Emergency Responders Obtain Support Program, according to Flagler County Fire Chief Michael Tucker.
We're happy to receive the grant from Florida Department of Health. You know, the issue of needing Narcan and drug overdoses in all of our communities across the country is a pretty critical issue, and Narcan is one of the simplest ways to help us address that in life-threatening situations. So we're definitely happy to have the added resources.
In 2021, Fire Rescue administered 278 doses of Narcan within the county.
Some of these issues are impacting us from society outside, of Flagler. But I think it's important for people to realize that the issue of drug overdose, it's easy to stereotype the people that they believe to be users. But the reality is that, all of us, at every social class, are impacted by drug overdoses. And so this it is not just a social issue, but it impacts all of us as a whole. So it's a great tool to serve the entire community.
In certain instances, when a patient has a cardiac arrest, paramedics administer Narcan to rule out possible overdose. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
Opening up your heart, opening up your mind, listening to people.
That's Flagler NAACP's message for Black History Month. Chapter leader Shelley Ragsdale says February is a great month for all to learn about Black history, no matter their race or ethnicity.
There are a lot of things out there that both sides of the coin could learn. And I want to tell you something. All Black people do not know about Black history. We really don't. There's a lot that we can learn.
Martin Luther King Jr. once said people fail to get along because they fear each other. They fear each other because they don't know each other. They don't know each other because they have not communicated with each other. Ragsdale says those words ring true today.
And communication is not just opening your mouth, but hearing a person, listening to what they're saying, feeling what they're saying. Because if you feel a person, you understand what they're doing and how they're going about their lives on a daily basis.
What does Open Door do for those with substance abuse issues in Flagler County?
This is what Open Door Recovery does. A resident of the Women's House said she has gone from nearly dying to becoming something.
I came in very desperate. I lived to drink and drink to live. And when I came in, I was diagnosed with pancreatitis, and I was dying.
That's when she said that Kamala Middleton, who runs the Women's House, took her in.
The tough love was real, but the love was also real as well. I was able to build my faith and to learn to trust.
She said that's what led her to getting her certified nursing assistant license, and now she's looking for a place to live. You can listen to the Business Report on WNZF on Saturday mornings at 10 and anytime on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, Pastor Charles Solano talks about Open Door. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.